Hello Commanders, welcome to the command table. My name is Matt and I'm going to be taking you through battles 481 through 485 in the journey for Traplight's Battle Legion. Before we get to that, if you would please be so kind as to like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, be sure to hit that notification bell. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. Okay, let's get into it. Battle 481. Okay, so for this one, we have a whole lot of hammer throwers, we've got a lot of warhounds, we've got an untamed beast, and a phoenix. So since there is a fire element here that's likely to pop up over and over again, I decided to use something that was fire immune to hold that front line. And the phoenix has a very wide frontal cone attack that applies burn. So all these light health units are going to go down very quickly, and even the high health units does percentage based damage with that burn. So since the phoenix has a pretty hefty hit on the gust, it's going to do a chunk of the base damage on all these low health units. Okay, then we've got I believe 2 Valkyries back here to keep that phoenix sustained. We've got 2 crystal spires to kind of burn through the closest units to keep them off of that phoenix. And then we've got some very high damage ranged units to do some focus fire on both that untamed beast and then the phoenix. So let's go ahead and let that run through. Okay, the entangling roots are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, just keeping things from getting to that phoenix so it all mostly dies before they get to the phoenix. The crystal spires are doing a good job killing whatever's closest. The untamed beast took a lot of percentage based damage, and now the archers can focus fire the phoenix. Alright, let's move on to 482. 482. Okay, for this one, I just wanted to share one of the most enjoyable things in life. Okay, first, let's just go over. We've got 4 groups of archers. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 crystal spires, then 3, 4 bombbots, and 2 storm callers. So these, there's nothing more satisfying in this game I've found than watching your giant toad eat the enemy storm caller. So we're going to do that twice. We've put in these 2 crystal spires to blow up the bombot before it can reach the giant toad, but even if that bombot does get in range, the giant toad is going to be immune to it while it's in the air, and when it lands, it would knock that bomb away from itself, allowing the crystal spires even more time to kill it. We've got a barrier monk here to protect everything, especially from those storm callers until the toad can eat them. And then we also are trying to protect everything from those arcane archers as well. We have our own Stormcaller back here, which should help to burn through all those units in the back and to link through on these towers and take those out as well. So just sit back and enjoy as our giant toad now devours 2 Stormcallers. Poof, poof. Oh, that's just so delightful. Okay, so yeah, now it's just a matter of time before our ranged units kill everything else. The Stormcaller is probably not ultimately necessary for that build, so if you're having difficulty with it, you could switch it out for maybe 2 regular archers and an arcane archer. You just want to make sure that they're far enough away from your Valkyrie to where it won't link to the archers instead of your giant toad. Alright, and Reach is an available power stone, so that's why the Stormcaller could hit stuff from way far away. Alright, 483. So for this one, we have a lot of Fire Knights all through here. We've got 4 Earth Elementals and 4 Cannoneers. So, a couple of flaws with this one. That Druid isn't very well protected, as you'll discover, since a lot of the cannonballs come through this central channel. They kind of end up in the vicinity of that Druid. So you may try putting that Druid somewhere else, up or down, or you might even switch that Druid out for something else to kind of hold the line and delay things. But that's the name of the game for this one. We're just trying to delay to allow these 2 contingency points to clear up in Frenzy. So All this stuff is going to converge on the Plague Bearers, which have 2 Draining Spirits attached. They're almost all Chaos units with the exception of the Earth Elementals. But Plague is going to start going through everything because everything is either vulnerable to the Plague or to the Draining Spirits. So that'll help tremendously. Then this Earth Elemental and these Risen Warriors are going to buy more time because the Risen Warriors are going to pop up back here, pulling everything to the center and backwards, after which it'll start to go through these entangling roots, and the Earth Elemental should hold things off even longer. By then, everything's going to either go to the top or the bottom. I think in this case it goes to the bottom, and it will ultimately take out this fallback point, but by then this Archer and this Crystal Spire will have bought the time that are needed to get to that next round of Frenzy, and they will clean everything up nicely. Okay, so Plague applied, Draining Spirits applied. Now the Earth Elemental is going to knock everything back, and it's going to have to walk through those entangling roots. The Druid having a little bit of difficulty here because some things did get knocked into it, but here's where it blows up. Boom. So the probably something could have been done other than putting that Druid there, but we've already accomplished our objective in buying time, and now it's just a matter of time before that top group cleans everything up. Draining Spirit, I think, just disappeared because the Earth Elementals popped and nothing was in range of it, but here's where the Arcane Archer shines. And even if something does get close, those Crystal Spires would shred it to bits. Alright, that was 483. Let's move on to 484. Okay, 484. Okay, we're using this strategy a lot, but it's very effective, so we're just going to keep going with it so long as it works. We have a whole lot of Fire Knights all the way through here. We got a bunch of Archers all over the place. 2 Cannoneers and 2 Brutes at least. I'm not sure if there's more hiding in there. But yeah, a lot of fire. So what I decided to do here is I wanted to force all these Archers to run forward. So we put all these entangling roots there. There's stuff on the front line which we could tag Draining Spirits onto. And since the only visible things on the field in the beginning are going to be the Arcane Archers and the Crystal Spires, all these Archers are going to run forward into the Draining Spirits. Now those melee units are going to kind of push those spirits in a little bit, but once the Risen Warriors pop, the melee units are going to turn around, dragging the Draining Spirits through the Archers, which are going to be right up here. And the Archers are going to stand in place because the Risen Warriors are going to be in range. So that's going to be just fantastic watching those Draining Spirits eat all that. The front group just has defensive and attack power stones. The back one has slow, and that's to buy as much time as possible, because when the first one dies, that one's going to be coming in range and keeping everything lingering back here while those Draining Spirits do their work. Then it's all going to get caught in the entangling roots, and Frenzy's going to amp up my Crystal Spires and my Arcane Archers. So here goes. Okay, Draining Spirits applied. Archers running into those Draining Spirits now. Everything's turning back, and the melee units are marching those Draining Spirits right through all of those Archers. There's going to be very few left by the time it's all said and done. So yeah, just a couple Archers left, and they're getting clipped by the Arcane Archers because they're now on the front of the line instead of the back. And it's just a matter of time before Frenzy pops. Here it goes. And whatever gets through is going to get nuked by the Crystal Spires, and everything that's lingering behind gets clipped by the Arcane Archers. Good game. Okay, let's move on to 485, and then we'll call it for this video. 485. Okay, so this one we're going to be contending with these Mind Corruptors. We also have a Valkyrie, 2 Cannoneers, a Blessed Bombot, a Paladin, and 3 groups of Righteous Defenders. So my thought process for this one, I don't have a lot of firepower, just the Ember Fiend, which is literally firepower. But the whole point is just to keep everything at arm's length. These Mind Corruptors, you could either try to deal with them with an assassin, but I thought that it would be better to get rid of that Blessed Bomb Bot so that I don't have to deal with things multiple times. So the assassins are going to take that out, then they're going to move forward, and whatever I get as a bonus after that. The Cannoneers, they don't really knock the Monster Hunter back very much. So this Monster Hunter is going to keep everything held in place while the Ember Fiend applies burn to it. And the Mind Corruptors, whichever ones are left once the assassins are done, are just going to sit there shooting their laser beam at the Monster Hunter, and nothing's going to happen because there's nothing here that stuns or freezes or anything like that. This Monster Hunter is going to be totally immune to those Mind Corruptors, and those Mind Corruptors are going to keep trying to get it, and they're not going to move forward, which is going to protect everything behind. So pretty straightforward. 2 Valkyries to keep that Monster Hunter up, the Entangling Roots to keep everything from getting too close to the Valkyries, and it's just a matter of letting it grind through because it takes a little bit longer. So Blessed Bombot down, Valkyrie down, 1 Mind Corruptor down. Now the assassins belong to the enemy, but I've got those 2 Valkyries, so I should be okay. And you'll notice I think that Monster Hunter was in the 40s or something, or early 50s in terms of level. So not exactly a powerhouse right now, but all you need is that shield, because that keeps those Mind Corruptors totally useless. And the ranged attack from the Cannoneers doesn't do a whole heck of a lot to that Monster Hunter either. Alright, there it goes. So that was 485. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting the channel. Again, I do appreciate when you like and subscribe. That helps me to build the channel. And you can also check out the commandtable.com. It's very much under construction, but we're adding stuff all the time. And there's going to be lots of fun stuff as time goes on, so do check it out from time to time and see what's going on there. And thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. We'll have more for you soon.